If you want to sound experienced as a data analyst, you need to know how to ask the right questions in meetings with stakeholders. So that means not starting a project with the question, so what do we need? Now, I get it because I used to start meetings with that question as well, but it positions you as an order taker, not an analyst who can bring real value to a team, which is what data teams are looking for today. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the exact framework to do requirements gathering like an experienced analyst so that you can become confident in the stakeholder meetings and stand out on the job. And I'll also do 2 quick demos where I'm going to roleplay as the stakeholder and the analyst so you can see what it looks like in action. If you're new here, I'm Christine. I'm a former data director and a hiring manager who helps analysts and working professionals land data jobs with clarity and confidence. So requirements gathering is not about taking notes. It's about extracting the real decision behind the request. A lot of times people will ask me, if I'm asking a lot of questions, doesn't that make me sound underconfident or inexperienced? Not at all. Asking the right questions proves that you have confident stakeholder communication and strong business judgment. Every request on the job has these 3 elements, whether that's actually stated upfront or not: the deadline, the stakes, and the use case. If you do not clarify these aspects upfront, that is a recipe for building a beautiful dashboard or a in-depth analysis that doesn't actually go anywhere. So let's walk through my 4-part framework to make sure you're asking the right questions. Now, the first step is to clarify the context. We can do this by clarifying 2 key things. The first is the deadline. So when specifically do you need this by, and what is actually driving that deadline? Is it a decision or is it a meeting? And then the second thing is where this is going and the audience. So where is this work going to live? Is it going to be in a dashboard? Should we have it in slides? Is it going to be a Slack message or an email that's sent out to leadership? And who is the actual audience? Besides this stakeholder, what other teams are involved? This context helps you understand how much time you have, what the scope is, and what kind of person you should actually gear your insights towards. So the leadership team usually wants something that's a little bit more high level and directional, but also requires a lot of professional polish. Whereas analysis that's done for, let's say, another manager, or even in collaboration with a peer analyst or another technical person like an engineer, is going to be a little bit more technical and might not need that same level of polish. Now, step number 2 is to dig into the actual decision being made. Oftentimes, a stakeholder will come to you with a request for an output. They will say something like, can you give me a report? Can you generate this dashboard? Or can you pull this specific number? Now, this is your opportunity to show that you think like a strategic analyst, not just a SQL executor. Make sure you're asking, what is the decision that we're actually making here? How often does this decision need to be made? And also, what might someone do differently depending on the result of the analysis? Now, some of this might already be implied in the ask, or you might be able to kind of guess what these things are if you've worked with a stakeholder before. But if you're not sure, it is always best practice to clarify and state your assumptions and make sure you're on the same page. Now, step number 3 is one of the most important parts of this framework, and it is defining and clarifying the metrics. I think misaligned metric definitions is one of the biggest sources of stakeholder misunderstanding. So metrics like revenue, active users, premium, total number of claims, they sound very straightforward, but on the job, there's actually a lot of different ways of interpreting this calculation. Sometimes it's because teams don't actually have perfect communication, and sometimes it's because 2 different teams might actually want to define the same metric in a slightly different way. So you want to clarify things like metric definition. For example, when you say revenue, what type of revenue are we talking about? You want to clarify the time window. When we say over a certain period, what time period are we actually looking at? And if we're looking at comparisons, do we want to look at week over week, month over month, or quarter over quarter? And also the specific segments that matter. So which segments or dimensions matter the most to you in this analysis? Should we split by marketing channel, region, products, or something else? And clarifying these questions helps you narrow in on what is most important. So instead of looking at a bajillion metrics and dimensions, you are now just focusing on a few important ones. Now, obviously, doing this well depends a lot on how well you understand the industry metrics. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend you download my business metrics cheat sheet down below. It is going to shortcut your understanding of the top metrics per industry and also help you see how an experienced analyst would actually speak about them on the job so that you can stand out in your next interview or stakeholder meeting. Now, all the best analysts I've worked with and managed actually share an initial plan with the stakeholder so they're both on the same page about what happens next. So while a junior analyst might sound like, okay, I'm going to go just analyze everything, I'll be right back. A more experienced and confident analyst would say something like, okay, great. So by Thursday, I will send over some initial charts and analysis looking at gross revenue, which means we are not going to remove refunds or chargebacks. And I'm going to be slicing revenue by the three main dimensions that we talked about. So marketing channel, product, and also region, since we're trying to just get a quick look at where the revenue dip is coming from. I will let you know as soon as possible if I find any obvious outliers or anomalies, but otherwise, I'll send over those notes and we can decide where to go from there. So let's walk through two quick demos so we can actually see this in action. I will be the stakeholder and the analyst. So let's say a stakeholder comes to you and says, can you help us build a marketing performance dashboard? Now, a more junior analyst might say something like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna just go start drafting things out and then I'll let you know when I have a first version of it. And then they start scrambling to try to remember their Tableau or Power BI functions. Where a more experienced analyst is gonna take a second to pause and say, sure thing. I just wanna make sure that we're aligned on a few key things before I get started. First off, what decision are you going to be trying to make off of this dashboard? Are there any key metrics you want me to prioritize? Also, where is this dashboard going to be used? Also, besides the metrics, are there specific dimensions that you want to see? This is just going to help me understand the scope of the work and isolate those key metrics, and also will help me design the dashboard well. So let's say they answer, oh yeah, sure. We're going to be starting to run a new weekly performance review meeting in which we're going to be working with the finance team to optimize our budget on a weekly basis. And we want a dashboard that we can show live to everyone in the room. The metrics that you mentioned are the metrics that we want to prioritize, and we also want to be able to slice by some key dimensions like the region and also what plan someone signed up for through that marketing channel. And then I, as the analyst, would say something like, okay, got it. So it sounds like the key metrics we want to prioritize are page views, conversion rates between these page views, and then also the total number of people who check out from that marketing campaign to the actual purchase. Since you're using it live in a meeting, I probably will keep a few major callouts of the North Star metrics at the top. I know you said that it's weekly, so I'll have some sections where we can see the week over week performance. I'll get a mock-up drafted by end of next week, and then we can get a first draft and coordinate with the finance team to make sure it satisfies what they're looking for as well. How does that sound to you? And then hopefully the stakeholder says, sounds great, thank you. So let's do one more quick demo now. So let's say a stakeholder asks me, hey Christine, can you help us understand why revenue dropped last week? And please send us some thoughts as soon as possible. Now, this is where it could be very easy to start volunteering your entire week if you do not scope this question well. So I would say, got it. I know you said that this is pretty urgent, but I just want to ask a few clarifying questions to make sure we're on the same page. First, where did you see this revenue drop? When you say revenue, are you talking about gross revenue, net revenue, or are you seeing this anomaly in both? What's the context behind this ask? And also, is there any specific decision that we'll be making based on what we find? And the stakeholder would say, thank you for asking. So this is actually for a leadership team in a few days, and we want to understand why we're seeing a 20% dip in our revenue across all plans. This is a lot higher than the average. So this is definitely a big red flag. And we want to understand if it's related to the changes we made to the marketing website last week, or if it has something to do with the new plans that we released last month. And then I would say, okay, so it sounds like we want to do some quick root cause analysis, and we just want to get a directional sense of where this might be coming from. So first, I need to make sure that this is actually a valid drop. I'm going to go and check the data to make sure I'm seeing the same thing that you are seeing. And then I'll look at gross revenue first. From there, hopefully we find that it's concentrated in one specific area. But if not, then we'll probably have to do some more deep dive analysis. And then the stakeholder would say, sounds good. Let me know as soon as you find anything and if you have any questions that come up along the way. Now notice, because of this plan, that we've isolated the main metric that we want to look into, and then the 2 or 3 key dimensions that we want to look into, which also really simplifies our analysis and what direction we should take. As you can see, asking the right questions, narrowing down on the main North Star metrics and the key dimensions, as well as understanding the timeline and the scope, is crucial to being on the same page with your stakeholders, and is the difference between building a dashboard with 40 tiles that uses every color in the rainbow that goes nowhere, or building an analysis that's actually used and is impactful to the company. This skill of requirements gathering is just one of the key analyst skills that we train inside my mentorship program, the Analytics Accelerator. So if you're interested in learning more, check that out down below. That's it for this video. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe and also check out my next video here. See you in the next one.